Hi, this is your chemistry teacher, Chanchal Jain. Today we are going to discuss Mendeleev's periodic table. You can see the picture of the Mendeleevs on the screen already. Okay, let's move on to the next slides. In the coming slides, we'll study about the Mendeleev, little bit about Mendeleev and his periodic table. We are going to understand about the features of the periodic table. We are going to study about the limitations, the merits, demerits of the Mendeleev's periodic table. Okay, let's go ahead. Wait a second. Yeah. Uh, hmm. Dmitry Mendeleev, it's the complete name of Mendeleev. Dmitry Mendeleev, he was a Russian chemist. Okay, who was he? He was a Russian chemist. He was the most important contributor to the early development of the periodic table. Many periodic tables were developed before the Mendeleev's periodic table and after the Mendeleev's periodic table, after Mendeleev also. So Mendeleev periodic table is, I can say, one of the most important, part, plays an important part in the early development of the periodic table. Okay. Now, many periodic tables were made, but the most important one was the Mendeleev's periodic table, as I have told you. Okay. In 1869, after the rejection of the Newland's octave law that you have studied just before Mendeleev periodic table. So, after the rejection of Newland's octave law, Mendeleev periodic table came into the picture. Okay, we can call it as MPT as well. So MPT came into the picture, right? Now, so why is he great? Why, his table is so important contribution? Why his contribution is so important? Is it because he listed down the known elements? No. Besides, he wasn't even the first person to do it. Many other scientists did it before as well. Okay, before the Mendeleev's periodic table, many scientists did the same thing. They listed the elements, okay, known elements. Now, second one is it because he arranged elements with the similar properties together? Not at all. Okay, that had also already been done too. I mean, the scientists had done it earlier as well. Okay, now in Mendeleev's periodic table, elements were arranged on the basis of fundamental properties, atomic masses, and chemical properties. हम इन तीनों चीजों के बारे में आगे पढ़ेंगे. Okay, इसी slides में आगे हम लोग पढ़ेंगे. Now, in Mendeleev's periodic table, when he was performing his work, he was doing his research at his time. Okay, after 1869, only 63 elements were known at that time. Okay, so after studying the property of each and every element, Mendeleev studied the property of each and every element, and he noted them on the card. Okay, for 63 elements he made 63 club cards, and he just listed each and every property of the elements on those card along with the symbol of the element. Okay, Mendeleev found that the properties of the elements were related to the atomic masses in a periodic way. What he was saying that every property, there are few properties of the elements which are related to the atomic masses. So he related the chemical properties, okay, of the element to the atomic masses. Okay, and you're saying that it is repeatedly it is happening. It means that there are elements which shows same properties. There is a group of element which shows same kind of properties. They do have different atomic masses, but they are showing the same properties. Okay, now he arranged the elements such that elements with similar properties fell into the same vertical columns of the periodic table that I have told you right now, right before the statement, that he arranged the elements like in a vertical column. You can go like this. He arranged the elements in the vertical column like this. He placed the, suppose, A, D, F. These elements have the same property. Okay, am I clear? So he arranged them on the same group. You can see over here in the vertical column. He arranged them in the form of periods and columns. Okay, rows and columns, periods and vertical columns. Okay, going on to the next slide. Okay, so the summary of the paragraph, you have gone through the paragraph, so that I have listed the paragraph, the summary of the paragraph and the point. What can we summarize from the previous slide is that Mendeleev's periodic table is mainly based on two facts. Okay, the first one is atomic mass, and second one is similarity of chemical properties. He only had two things in his mind. The very first thing is that atomic mass, and the second thing is that similarity of chemical properties. If chemical properties are same, if these elements are showing the same chemical properties, then then I'm going to arrange them in the vertical column. Okay, I'm going to group them together. Now, we have also studied about the Mendeleev's periodic law, and we have seen the Mendeleev's periodic law in the previous slide. So what is Mendeleev's periodic law? He was saying that he just related the properties of the element with the atomic masses. So yeah, it is correct. Okay, he observed this thing, that the physical and the chemical properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic masses. Okay, what are they? The physical and the both the properties. There are two types of properties, physical and the chemical properties. So both the properties of the elements are periodic function of their atomic masses. You know what is periodicity, right? If I'm going to clarify it more, then this is periodicity. Okay, this entire cycle, this entire wave will going to repeat it again. So this is the periodic function. If you're going to place it like this, so this is known as the periodic function. Okay, now they are the periodic function of their atomic masses. Now next, among chemical properties, Mendeleev treated formulae of hydrides and oxides as one of the basic criteria of the categorization. Okay, now there should be some physical properties. Okay, so physical properties could be melting point, it could be boiling point, but what about chemical property? What kind of chemical property? So oxides and hydrides of oxygen and hydrogen is very reactive to all the metals and non-metals. Okay, so he has taken the oxides and hydrides as the chemical properties. Okay, and on the basis of them, okay, suppose there's element A, which is very reactive towards hydrogen, and there is element C, which is also very reactive to the hydrogen, and they are going to make the same compound, that is AH and CH. So they are to be categorized, they are to be placed in the same group. Am I clear? Same vertical column. Suppose if I'll talk about the oxide, then A with oxygen will going to form A2O, and C with the oxygen will going to form C2O. So these are the same oxides. They are forming the same formula of the oxides. So they are going to be placed in the same group in the same vertical column. Am I clear? Okay. Now, what he did, he took 63 cards. Why he took 63 cards? Because 63 elements were known, right? Because 63 elements were known at that time. So he took 63 cards, and on each card, he wrote the properties of one element. That is, he wrote the properties of each and every element on these 63 cards. He grouped the elements with similar properties and pinned it on the wall. What he did, he grouped the elements. Okay, he just noted down the properties. Out of 63, he just picked the similar properties elements, right? And he just one by one, block by block, what he was doing, he was arranging them in the form of wall. Okay, he just given his law, that Mendeleev's periodic law. From where that law came? This law came from his observation. He observed that elements were arranged in the increasing order of atomic masses, and there was the periodic occurrence of the element with similar properties. So we are going to understand this line when we'll move towards the Mendeleev's periodic table. When we'll see that block structure, then we'll memorize it. Very easily you are going to reconnect it with the with this statement. Okay, so he observed that elements were arranged in the, when he just arranged on the basis of properties, then he has seen a what I can say, he has seen a similarity. What he has seen, he has seen that the elements are arranged in the increasing order itself, they are arranged in the increasing order of atomic masses. Okay, that's what he see. Now let's move on to the merits of the Mendeleev's periodic table. What are the merits? Some gaps were left for the elements yet to be discovered. At that time, only 63 elements were known. But Mendeleev left some gap for the, for the new elements. The elements were not discovered at that time, but he knew that the elements were going to be discovered in future. So he placed some, he placed some vacant space in his table. Okay, he left some gaps. Okay. Thus, if a certain new element is discovered, it can be placed in a new group without disturbing any existing group. Okay, I'll show you both the tables. I'm going to show you both the tables, Mendeleev's periodic table as well, and modified Mendeleev's periodic table as well. Okay, so let's move on to the just a second. Yeah, let's move on to the Mendeleev's periodic table. You can see over here hydrogen. You first of all see the oxides in the hydride column. Okay, I'll make it clear. This is the oxide column and this is the hydride column. Oxide is R2O. R is the element. Okay, element is represented by R. These are the groups. You can see the group. There are 8 groups and there are 6 periods. Okay, you can see the periods and you can see the groups. These are the periods 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there are 8 groups. Okay, R2O, RH, RO, RH2. These are the oxides and the hydrides according to the valencies of the elements. Okay, so these are the oxides and hydrides were given. Now, hydrogen is placed in the first period and the first group. Okay, then he has placed lithium on the first group. Along with lithium, he placed sodium, potassium, copper, rubidium, silver, cesium, and gold. Okay, so he placed all these elements in the same vertical column. Why he placed them in the same vertical column? Because all of the elements of the group 1, they are going to show the same properties. They are showing the same properties. That's why same chemical and the physical properties. That's why they are placed here. Am I clear? Okay. Similarly for group 2 and similarly till group 8. Okay. Now let's move on to the some, there are some flaws, every discovery, in every invention, there are some flaws. Okay, you have to list those flaws as well. There are merits as well as demerits. Okay, so wrong order of the elements. Mainly he has focused on the what was his focus was to uh, place the elements, okay, in accordance with the same chemical properties or same physical properties. Okay, after placing that, he observed this thing that they are arranged in the increasing number of atomic masses. What he seen, he observed that they are arranged in the increasing atomic masses. They are arranged in increasing atomic masses automatically. Okay, so this was the base. Now he basically arranged the elements according to their masses. Okay, but sometimes placed a lighter element before a heavier one to satisfy that all elements in the column have similar properties. Okay, he was not at all wrong, because his main motive was to place the elements together who has same properties, right? So he was not wrong at his place, but while doing this, okay, he just while doing this, some of the elements were placed like this, that they are not arranged in the increasing order of atomic number. For example, in reality, nickel weighs less than cobalt, but Mendeleev has placed cobalt before nickel. You can see here, this is the This is the modern modified Mendel's periodic table. I want to discuss one more point here as well, but let's go here. Let's come here first. You can see cobalt, the atomic mass which is given, that is 58.93, and nickel, it is 58.71. You can see that atomic mass of nickel is less than cobalt, yet it is placed after cobalt. Okay, so why this happened? This happened because this happened because he just want to arrange, because cobalt shows the property like rhodium and nickel shows the properties like palladium. Okay, that's why the placement went wrong. Okay, according to him he is right, but it is not following the that Mendel's periodic law. Mendel's periodic law is violated here. Okay, one more point you can see, tellurium is, it's 127.60, and indium, it's 126.90. Again, you can see that there is a violation of the Mendel's periodic table. Okay. Apart from that, we have to discuss about the gaps as well. You can see this first gap at atomic number, at atomic mass 44. So this is at atomic mass 44. This is known as Eka boron. What is this? This is Eka boron. You can see over here that this is Eka boron. And Ika boron is nothing. What is Ika? Ika is a Sanskrit word. Okay. Ika is a Sanskrit word which means one. Okay. Ika is a Sanskrit word which means one. So it's a Ika boron. Okay. Then this is Ika aluminium. And this is Ika silicon. So he left these gaps for the elements. He don't know the elements that time, but he just named the elements like Ika boron, Ika aluminium, and Ika silicon, because these elements show the same properties. That's what he thought. Now further they have been discovered. Ika boron was scandium, Ika aluminium was gallium, and Ika silicon was germanium. Okay, am I clear? Next, limitations. Now that's the very last topic, that is limitation. Position of hydrogen, that is hydrogen has been placed within first group with the alkali metals. Hydrogen makes compound just like the alkali metals. Okay, but also exist as a diatomic molecule like halogen. We can see over here that hydrogen has only one valence electron in its shell. Okay, so it shows the properties like alkali metals. Okay, because hydrogen makes the compounds with alkali metals as well. Okay, now but hydrogen also exists in the form of H2. Okay, that is a diatomic molecule, and halogens also exist in the form of diatomic molecules like Cl2 chlorine, F2 fluorine, Br2 bromine, and I2 iodine. Okay, so hydrogen is the only element which shows the property, which shows the similar properties uh, as group 1 also, and as group 17 also. Okay, so as group 7 also, so where it should be placed. Okay, so Mendeleev could not explain about this anomaly, that why this is happening. Okay, further its isotopes, that Mendeleev could not give separate position for the isotopes of an element like hydrogen has three isotopes. Okay, it's H1, H2, and H3. Okay, so it's protium, deuterium, and tritium. So where should those elements be placed? Because there is difference in the isotopes are those elements, they do have different atomic masses but same atomic number. So this is on the basis of the atomic number. So where should it be placed? So there is no separate position for them. Okay, so this is all about yeah, this is all about the lecture. This is all about the Mendeleev's periodic table. I'll take your leave. Thank you so much. I hope you understand it well. If there is any doubts, you can contact me. Thank you so much.